Welcome back to another episode of Celestial Do, a space where we explore our inner world, where storytelling and spiritual tools deepen our connection to ourselves and the universe. My name is Rocio Celeste, and this is my soulmate and constant companion, also my co host, Nuga Cosmico. We are here to share our experiences and open a space for insight and transformation. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's begin this journey inward. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about a very small creature that carries a very powerful spiritual message: the ant spirit. And the reason I want to talk about the spirit of the ant today is because it appeared in my meditation earlier in the day when I was meditating. It showed up to give me a message. And it looked really angry. Well, not really angry, but it was looking at me in a very judgmental way. It was humongous. It was so huge, standing on a skateboard, and it was looking at me like this. It was like staring down at me, judging me. It was like a giant, and I was so tiny. And here I was thinking, oh my God, like she's so angry. But the reality was that the spirit was trying to tell me that I was judging myself a lot. And the reason why something so tiny, this small creature, this small insect, looked so humongous was because I judged myself too harshly. I judged myself so much, so harsh, that it looked, something so tiny looked that gigantic. It was so humongous, and I was so tiny, so small, because I was judging myself a lot. And that's the message that the ant spirit was trying to give me. And I thought, okay, so what else? I was here like trying to meditate on the symbolism of the ant spirit. Why is it showing up like that? And then it showed me, it told me, like ants, we don't compare ourselves to other ants. We just do our work. We just move diligently. We take one step in front of the other without comparing ourselves to the ant next to us or to other animals like a wolf or an elephant. They don't care. They don't take pride or shame in their work. They don't think, oh my God, my work is so tiny. My work is so small. I should be doing bigger work like a wolf or an elephant. No, they don't think like that. And they don't compare themselves to other insects or to other animals' process. They just know they are where they need to be. And sometimes we judge ourselves because we think we should be elsewhere. We should be ahead. And we think, oh my God, I should have done this by now, and I haven't done this yet. And here it was, the spirit of the ant telling me that I was judging myself based on what I haven't done yet, what I haven't accomplished yet, instead of focusing on the small actions that progressively move us forward. Those small actions, step by step, little by little, they move us forward. Instead of thinking, I should be over there, I should already be there. But guess what? That's not where you should be. You are where you need to be. And so in my meditation today, when the ant appeared to me, like looking at me like so harshly and showing me how much I judge myself, it said it's time for you to connect to the spirit of the ant and reflect on how much I was judging myself. And then it's like, okay, yeah, it's true. I was here like thinking and feeling like I haven't done this, but I hadn't stopped to think about all the things that I had already accomplished. I was only focusing on all the things that I haven't yet accomplished without realizing that I have come a long way. I have accomplished already a lot in my life. And I wasn't focusing on that. I was just here thinking, oh my God, like And so I came and got my oracle about the spirit animal, and I looked for this one because I wanted to have a visual aid. I'm very visual. So as you know, I'm always having like images or objects that help me understand the messages that I'm trying to apply to my life. And then I said, okay, spirit of the ant, show me what else I need to learn, what else I need to adapt to my lifestyle so that I can have a better life and a better spiritual life. And I hadn't stopped to think about like, oh my God, like sometimes we think ants are so tiny and we don't even notice them. Ants are everywhere. They are everywhere. Ants are everywhere. And so here I was thinking, okay, what else is it trying to tell me? Then I stopped to reflect. Okay, I need to analyze. What do I know so far about ants? Well, I know that they are everywhere. Ants are everywhere. And they walk quietly on the ground, often unnoticed. Yet they are one of the most organized and powerful forces in nature. Spiritually, the ant represents discipline, patience, cooperation, and the power of consistent effort. When the ant appears as a spirit guide or symbol in our lives, it often comes with a message. And in this case, I think it comes with the message that small actions done consistently create results. In our modern world, we often want instant success. We want things to happen right away. We make a phone call and like we get pizza delivered. We make a click and we have instant entertainment and instant information with the internet. We want everything like this. We want immediate satisfaction, immediate success, immediate results. We want instant healing, instant manifestation. But the ant spirit reminds us that life doesn't work that way. Real transformation happens step by step. Just like the ant carrying its tiny pieces back to its net again and again. The ant teaches us the power of persistence. It appeared to me to tell me, hey, you're judging yourself too much. So much that the ant was humongous. It was a lot bigger than me. That's how it manifested itself to me in my meditation. And then I started connecting. I was meditating more and then I got the message. Okay, yes, it was trying to tell me that, but also connect with the spirit of the ant to think about persistence, to think about cooperation, community, work, diligence, patience. If you have ever stopped to watch an ant, you probably noticed something fascinating. Is that when an ant encounters an obstacle, it doesn't stop there. It doesn't say, okay, well, that's it. Here, I give up. There's no other way to do things. No, it doesn't do that. What happens? It goes around. It finds a different way. It finds an alternative. It finds a solution to get its work done. It doesn't just give up and say, okay, well, that's it. There's this obstacle. There's this barrier. Let's just like give up because there's no other way. No, it doesn't do that. It doesn't. No, you agree? No, yeah, we know that it doesn't. We spend a lot of time in nature, so we get to watch a lot of like insects and ladybugs and flowers and butterflies and just basically like everything. He likes digging in the dirt. So we spend a lot of time in nature, and we know that ants are everywhere. They walk quietly and they are just so amazing. They're tiny, but they are so powerful. One of the strongest forces in nature. And so when the ant encounters an obstacle, it doesn't complain. It doesn't start saying, oh, life is too hard or work is too hard or I'm tired. No. It looks for a way. Either it goes around the obstacle or it climbs over it. It finds a different direction, but it finds a way to get things done, to accomplish its mission. This is a profound spiritual lesson for our lives. How many times have you encountered an obstacle in your daily life, whether it's at work or in your neighborhood or with your family members or in your finances, and you want to give up already? Instead of like thinking about an alternative or a solution, thinking maybe I should do this. If you're encountering financial hardship, for example, like I have, like a lot of us have, I'm sure you have too, because it's part of being human. We experience hardship situations. And instead of you thinking, oh my God, like I've done it in the past. I'm not gonna lie, I admit many years ago, I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna go to jail. I don't have money to pay for this. And what I did instead, after like analyzing, like, okay, yeah, I have other talents and other abilities. I can work extra or babysit or pet sit or give extra classes and make extra income. And then I always found a way. It's no reason to give up when you have all these talents and all these skills. But the thing is, sometimes we don't use our talents and our skills because we judge ourselves. We think, no, maybe I'm not good enough for that. Why would I do that? For example, if you like baking and you think, oh, no one's gonna buy my cakes, that's you judging yourself. You don't know until you do it. But what if your community who needs your cakes, your pastries? You never know until you try. So don't let obstacles get in your way. Walk around them or climb over them. But find a solution. That's the spirit of the animal. Don't judge yourself. Be persistent. Be diligent. Sometimes we face difficulties, we face challenges, we face delays, we face closed doors. But ants remind us that obstacles are not the end of the path. They are simply invitations to find another route. Another powerful teaching of the ant spirit is community and cooperation. Ants never work alone. They are all about teamwork and community. Each ant has a role. They are assigned a particular role. And together, they create something extraordinary. Spiritually, this means that we are not meant to walk our journey alone. We are part of a greater net of souls. Friends, families, and communities. And the ant spirit asks us to consider, where in my life can I collaborate more? Where can I contribute to something bigger than myself? Maybe you can be more involved in your community. But also, if you feel like you are alone in your struggles, look for help. Don't feel like you have to do everything alone. Network. Talk to people. We're human beings. We're not robots. We're social beings. We are meant to live in community and to work with others and collaborate. Don't be afraid and don't be ashamed to need help, to ask for help. A lot of us grew up thinking that we had to fend for ourselves, that we had to be strong, that we shouldn't bother others, that we shouldn't annoy people because like people are too busy and they have their own problems and their own businesses and we just need to be strong. How many of us grew up thinking, oh, my parents are too busy, my parents have enough problems, whether it's money or like they had their own emotional problems, they had their own issues, and a lot of the times like they didn't even have time to play with you or to help you when you needed help. And then you grew up thinking, okay, well, I should just like do everything on my own and be strong, and I don't need to bother other people. But that's not how it should be. We are meant to live in community, to contribute to society, but also to benefit from the members in our society. Find your tribe. If you're feeling lonely, find your tribe. Join a class in your community. Go to church. Volunteer. I'm sure every community has something. Find something in your community where you can be more involved, where you can network, where you can make new friends, where you can find people that support you. And then you get out of your mind thinking, oh my God, I'm alone. I just need to like do everything on my own. No, you don't need to. Maybe you had to be like that growing up because that's how you learn to survive and that's how you learn to live. But the good news is that you don't have to do it that way anymore. Now you can find community. You can find people to go for coffee, to have a chat, go play a board game, or just go for a walk at the park. Be involved. We're social beings. And the ant is very good at that. Yeah. It has its role. It has its very specific assignment, and it does it. But together they create something wonderful, something extraordinary. They do its specific role, but together, look at everything that they create. I'm sure you've seen them because we've all seen what ants can create. The ant also symbolizes preparation and foresight. What does the ant do? It works really hard in the summer so that it can have shelter and food for winter when it cannot work. It plans ahead. Ants gather food and resources long before they need them. They prepare for the future with patience and intelligence. Spiritually, this teaches us to build foundations in our lives. Whether it's emotional strength, financial stability, knowledge, or spiritual practice. What's the one thing that you need the most? Take the example of the ant to apply it to your life for what you need in this specific phase of your life. Is it financial stability? Is it emotional strength? Is it knowledge? Is it a spiritual practice? Do you need to meditate more? Do you need to sit down and pray? Do you need to save money? Ants remind us that what we do today is going to create the life that we're going to have tomorrow. And yeah, like theoretically, we all know that, right? But are we putting it into practice? Are you spending all your money just like that because like you have money and like you don't know like what to spend it on? You don't always need to spend your money just because you have it. Yeah, it's good to treat yourself to something, but if you don't need to buy something, why waste your money? Why spend it when you could be saving it or investing it? Use your resources wisely. And perhaps the most beautiful message of the ant spirit is humility and purpose. Humility. Ants are so humble. They don't seek recognition. They do not need applause. Yet their work sustains entire ecosystems. They're so tiny. And look at what they sustain. Entire ecosystems. And they're not looking for recognition. They don't need like to be getting like applause. They're so humble. And in the same way, many of the contributions that we make in our lives are often unnoticed, or they are quiet and unseen. Like an act of kindness. All the acts of kindness that you do, you don't do them to get recognition. You're not posting on Instagram, you're not posting on social media, hey, I donated like food to the animal shelter. I mean, some of us do, but we're not doing it for that reason. Like, Yeah, you can do that. You can post what you did to inspire others to do the same. But you're not doing it to get recognition or applause. Like, hey, I donated food to the animal shelter. It's like you're not posting it. You do it quietly. I mean, when I help others, I do it as an act of kindness, an act of generosity. It's not to be seen. I don't tell anyone. That's between me and God. I do it because it comes from the bottom of my heart to help others. When I can help, I do it. That's unseen. That's not noticed. When we're dedicating to our growth, to our personal development, to our healing, that's also very personal. And we do it in a very quiet way. We're not going around, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, because it's so personal. Yeah, we can show and we can share and tell others, hey, I'm healing, hey. But a lot of the things that we're healing from, all our very deep wounds, are so personal that they are so hard to explain. There are no words for it. Yet, when you heal, society benefits, because then you can contribute to humanity, to society, to the world. You can be authentic. You're not afraid. Oh my God, no, like I cannot do that. I cannot contribute because I'm not good enough. Because who am I? Or like, what are they gonna think about me? And you're like this, feeling so tiny and so small. And that's why the ant appears like so huge, judging you. Why are you judging yourself? Why are you not contributing to society? Why are you not using your gifts and your talents? Is it teaching? Is it poetry? Is it music? Is it dancing? Is it like taking care of pets? Walking animals in your community? Walking dogs, or volunteering at the shelter? What do you enjoy doing? What do you love? What can you do to contribute, whether you get paid for it or not? But use your gifts. Don't just sit around thinking, oh, I'm too small. Oh no, I'm not good at that. Or I'm not ready. I need to wait until I'm ready. Or I need to get another certification. I need to get certified for this in order to start. Don't wait to start. Start now. Now is the time. And like the ant, step by step, you will move forward. And you will get practice and you will be more confident, because guess what? Something I learned in my own process is that you don't wait to feel confident to start something. No. You start feeling confident when you start doing the thing that scares you. Once you start, that's how you start getting confident, because you start losing fear. You start getting rid of those layers of fear and shame, like, oh my God, no, well, if you're not good enough, no one's gonna know. Maybe you're thinking here, okay, I'm not good enough, but then when people look at you, they're like, oh my God, you're so amazing. You're so wonderful. You're great for this role. And you won't know until you do it, until you start. But because you haven't dared to take the step, you're keeping the world from having what you are meant to share with the world. So start. Don't judge yourself. That's not up to you to do. What's up to you is to start. Even if you don't feel prepared, even if you don't feel ready. Because you're not doing it for recognition. You're not doing it to get applause or to be admired or to win a prize. It's not the Olympics. You're not playing the Olympics. You're just doing your thing. You're contributing. You're doing your role. And by you doing that, the whole world is benefiting from it. So don't judge yourself. With the ant spirit, we can get some virtues and attributes that we can apply more to our lives. Even if you already are patient and persistent, are you really truly applying persistence to your life? Discipline, teamwork, preparation, and trust in the power of small, consistent actions. Trust, take small steps. Don't try to go from like A to Z in one go, because you're gonna feel overwhelmed and you're gonna tend to get tired and just like wanna abandon because it's too much. Try to go from A to B and then from B to C and then from C to D, as opposed to going all the way from A to Z. It's too much. If you try to go from 0 miles to 100 miles, whoa, it's like a roller coaster, right? It's not a happy feeling. It's not comfortable. But what if you go from like 0 to 10 miles, and then from 10 to 20 miles, and then from 20 to 30 miles? It's like when you learn to drive, when you were starting to learn to drive. I remember, like I didn't get on the freeway the first time. The first time I got behind the wheel to learn to drive, I didn't go like, okay, let me like learn to drive, turn on the engine, step on the pedal, step on the accelerator, and let me go on the freeway. No, it didn't happen like that. I had to learn to like step on the brakes and then the accelerator and know how to control the pedals and the steering wheel and understand the engine and understand the stop signs. And like I was like driving like 10 miles an hour in the small neighborhood, and then like I went from 20 to 30 and then 30 to 45 until I was ready to get on the freeway, and I was driving like faster. It's like everything, right? Before you learn to run, you had to learn to walk. A lot of us had to crawl first. I never crawled. I went from like nothing to walking, but I waited a long time. I started walking when I was 17 months old, and I never crawled. But before I learned to run and jump, I had to learn to walk. All of us did. No one went from like crawling to running without learning to walk. It's like everything. It's a process. It's step by step, getting comfortable in one thing and like, oh yeah, feeling more confident. Persistence, patience, and that's how we get confident. And that's how we start losing fear and shame, and that's how we stop judging ourselves. Like I'm connecting all the dots right now, and I'm thinking, oh my God, yes, of course. Of course the ant spirit came to me to tell me this, because it's all connected. The more I do something, the more confident I will feel, and the more I will realize that I'm good at it and that I enjoy doing it. And the more that I will stop judging myself. And that's the same whether you want to bake, whether you want to sing, whether you want to dance, whether you want to teach, whether you want to write poetry, compose music, do pottery. I don't know what it is that you're trying to create. I don't know what it is. But remember that even the smallest steps forward can eventually build something extraordinary. Just like the ant, we can focus on small, steady actions, trusting that these will carry us forward. When we stop judging ourselves, we open the door to growth, patience, and true persistence. Every tiny step matters. Every effort counts, even if it feels small or unnoticed. And before we end this episode, I want to get my little booklet here and see what message the spirit guide has for us. I mean, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'm just gonna see in general what it's trying to tell us. So it's saying it's to celebrate the benefits of working in a partnership with others as part of a community or tribe. We already talked about that, but it's also saying to trust in your most important partnership, the one you have with spirit. It's true. Sometimes we focus so much on the partnerships that we have on earth, co-workers, bosses, family members, friends, neighbors, in our community, yes. But what about your spiritual partner? What about God? What about the Creator? What about the universe? Co-create with the universe. Co-create with the Creator. It says here, remember that the world around you can easily seduce you if you don't have some sort of practice or discipline, like meditation, to keep you on track as you build the life you desire. This is really important. It's emphasizing the importance to have a spiritual practice like meditation or prayer, to be in contact with the Creator. And it also says that you don't have to do everything yourself. We discussed that already. And here it talks about how the ant spirit wants you to remember that your expectations and limiting beliefs are a vibrational offering that draws in the opposite of what you desire. Spirit wants to help you and will send collaborative partners your way. It's time to see the universe as conscious and connected, loving and helpful, but you must participate in this activity of co-creation. Creating reality is not just about dreaming. It's interesting how it talks about limiting beliefs and our expectations, because limiting beliefs, that has to do with judgment, right? That has to do with how judgmental we are towards ourselves. I'm not good enough, or I'm not ready. That's part of judging ourselves. That's part of having those limiting beliefs because of the programming that you received in your past. But the good news is that we are here because we are willing to change that. We are willing to reprogram our beliefs and make a difference so that our lives can change for the better. Isn't it? Ah, yeah, you like the idea. How was your nap? How was your nap? He took a cat nap. Yeah. And so it says, trust in your partnership with spirit, and your outer conditions will start to reflect that. Then you will see the miracles waiting for you, including partners who appear ready to lend a hand. So yeah, like connect with spirit. Don't forget about that partnership, that spiritual partnership. Take small actions. Co-create with the Creator. Co-create with the universe. Do your part, but also trust. Have a practice, a meditation practice, a prayer, some sort of spiritual practice that helps you stay connected to something bigger, to the invisible, so that you can see the results in your physical reality. Be open, believe in miracles. Don't be afraid and don't be ashamed to ask for help. There's no shame in needing help. There's no shame in saying, hey, I can't do everything on my own. We're not meant to do everything on our own. We're not meant to be doing everything alone. We are tribal beings. We're social beings that are meant to be connected to others. Isn't it? Even me here, like I'm not alone. I have my co-host here. He's pretty quiet today, but that's okay. He's still very supportive. Yeah, you're very supportive, even if you took a nap. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I know you're here. I'm not judging. I'm just saying you took a nap. Well, I was like giving the presentation, but you were still here. You were still present. See? It's teamwork. Yeah, it's teamwork. We're doing it together. And so sometimes all we need is some companionship, some emotional support, or someone to say, hey, I got you. You do it, but I'm still here watching you. Whether it's your sister or your friend or your mom or the neighbor or a coworker, or it doesn't matter. But you know that you're not alone. And just like you're not alone here in this physical reality, you're also not alone in the invisible world. Remember, everything here, yeah, it's empty. It's empty. You don't really touch it. It's not tangible. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It's still there. Something's still there. Just like the the ant spirit came to me. It wasn't like a tiny ant. If I had seen the ant coming to me like, I would have been like, okay, yeah, well, go outside. But because it came in my meditation, in that untangible, I paid attention to it and I said, okay, what are you trying to tell me? Why are you manifesting yourself? I was more aware of it. And I was like, okay, what are you trying to tell me? And I was open to receive the message. And I was open to accept feedback. Because in reality, that's what it was. It was feedback. It was telling me, hey, you're working too hard and you're judging yourself too much and you're doing everything on your own. Why don't you ask for help? And sometimes it can be help from above. We're not alone. Ask your guides, ask your spiritual guides, ask the Kuan Yin, Sarasvati, Mother Mary, Buddha, Jesus, angels, the dragons, unicorns, mermaids. I don't know what it is that you connect with, but there's so much help out there. There's a lot of help. There's no reason for you to be feeling alone and vulnerable. When we are vulnerable, that's a very, very dangerous, I will say, dangerous state to be. Because that's when we start having all these terrifying thoughts. Oh my God, like, it used to happen to me in the past, many years ago. I'd be like, oh my God, I was having all these suicidal thoughts. My God, what's the point of living? What's the point of living? Because I had so much on my plate that I thought I had to deal with it all on my own. And I never dared to ask for help. I never learned to ask for help. Until I started changing my programming, changing those limiting beliefs and realizing that it's okay to sometimes be tired, to sometimes feel overwhelmed and be like, I need help, I can't do it all on my own. And it's okay. It's part of being a human. You're not a robot, you're a human being. But when you are in that vulnerable state, it's very easy to get all those dark thoughts that are not helping you and that are not helping the world. So don't wait to feel vulnerable to ask for help. Ask for help now. Before you get tired, before you get sick, before you're like in an emergency situation, you can start planning ahead like the ant. Well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you found it useful. And if you enjoyed it, feel free to like it, feel free to subscribe, feel free to send it to a friend, to a person who you might think will benefit from it. And we're gonna say goodbye to you for now. We are gonna be back, of course, with more episodes. Next time I get another idea, I have so many ideas. I'm always like getting all these insights. And I'm very, very honored to be here sharing this with you. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for allowing us to share this information with you. Thank you for taking the time to work on your personal growth, to work on your spiritual journey, because that is going to impact everyone around you. It's gonna make your life better, but it's also going to impact the whole world. That's when we spread the light. You're the light and we spread the light. So let's keep doing it. Have a good night. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say bye to the camera. Say bye to people. Say bye. Bye. Yeah, we're done. We're done for now. We're done.